No.
So hello, very good evening everyone present here. This is Devesh and today I'm going to talk about privatization. We are going to talk about in favor of privatization. So if I talk about privatization, then privatization means ownership in a company of 51% or more. Then a company is called a private company. I will start from the beginning. The day we got independence on 15th of August 1947, the day after a long British rule. So question came in our mind that how can we manage to make our depleted economy to regain its stamina. So I will explain depleted economy to all those who don't know what depleted economy. Depleted economy is economy in which our resources are overutilized, because like at that time Britishers overutilized our all the resources. Like they used to, for example, they used to do indigo farming on our land. So that's why our resources are overutilized, and also many machineries are not in the state to work again. So at that time, what happened is that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who was our first prime minister, he took a decision. He have to take a decision that which kind of economy do we need to opt. At that time, we have choice of three kinds of economy we can choose. We have capitalist economy, socialist economy, and mixed economy. A capitalist economy is an economy kind of economy in which we have a private ownership. In a socialist economy, it's a kind of economy in which in which the whole economy is worked by government. And in mixed economy, our economy have a contrast of government as well as private sector. So what we chosen at that time is mixed economy. This is because our economy is at a very bad stage. Our industries was not that much grown. So if we will give the whole sector to private sector, then welfare will be not there. So that's why we chosen a contrast. At that time it was okay, but after few decades, few years, what happened is in I will talk about like in 1991, we were having a huge economic crisis in our country, and we were suffering a lot. So we our country contacted IMF, International Monetary Fund at that time. International Monetary Fund is an international organization. We were suffering a lot, so we were able to raise $7 million, $7 crore million at that time. We asked them that we want that money, so they said that you need to implement LPG policy. They asked us. So LPG policy is like liberalization, privatization, globalization. Because at that time we were independent, we got independence in 1947. At that time our economy was not that much strong. So what happened at that time was that we thought that our domestic producer can't face competition that much. So we tried to use quota raj, and quota raj is like we used to implement some restriction on exports and on imports and exports. So after LPG policy, liberalization means our laws get down. Our laws were not that much not that much hard, and we were able to reduce our loss. Like with globalization, we were able to integrate our economy with the world economy. And privatization, which I am going to talk about today. So privatization, in which earlier private sector was not given that much opportunity to come, but after that LPG policy, they were also allowed to come in the market and compete. That's all. Now you may start.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumit Gaur. Today I'm going. I'm in favor. I'm in against of privatization, and I'm going to perform with my partner Mayan Sharma. And so it is like earlier, each and every company belongs to government. It means that government have their own term and condition, their policies through which they can run the company. But if that company is private, then government is no longer belong to that company. It means that that company is private and interdependent of on government, so that company make their own rules policies, due to which I think people of that area or that country suffer a lot, like monopoly, price fluctuations. So I think privatization is not, at least in some factor, it's not right for our country.
Okay, this is Preeti Yadav. Hello guys, I'm going to talk about the in favor of privatization. So privatization means in easiest word, it is a transfer of business and industry to public sector to private ownership, and it is I personally believe that because of privatization it increase the employment, also it increase lots of job, and it is not in the best. Privatization is not that much best, but it is also not that much good. Some kind of privatization is good, because of privatization in India there is it creates lots of job opportunity to the employees and people, and it makes better infrastructure. It helps to grow economic in our country, and it also give time to government to focus on other things, like today's Narendra Modi said that we need to save budget for defense. So if there is a if in our country there is both the government and the private sector both combined in a sector, then it will enhance our economic also. So that's all.
So, hi Preeti. So you mean that privatization increase job opportunity? So I think I may consider that in public sector robots work, because when public sector switch to private sector, then employ like private owners, they they stop working from robots and they simply give job to humans.
Nowadays
Because your whole statement describes this thing, because you say the privatization, I think privatization may decrease corruption. At some point I'll agree with you, but I don't think so corruption is the only reason for privatization, because in private sector the lower grade employees may not take bribes for their work, for their duty. But what about higher authorities, board members, CEOs? Will they don't take bribes, like they directly contact with government and they make rules according to them. They make monopoly with government, and government didn't say anything because they want fund, because they are in loss. So I don't think so that privatization is good method for job opportunity or reduce corruption, because if privatization occur, so it didn't corruption is not main point, main issue on behalf of which privatization occur. So I don't think so privatization is a good decision by government.
Nowadays people are basically believing that corruption is more than in public sector rather than in privatization. So private sector, because in public sector there is lot of government worker, they only they don't do their work in a honest way, because they know that if they don't care about their work, because they know that if they don't work, they will get money from government. And I personally believe that if we whenever we go for the any legal work in a government office, if we have to suffer a lot. They give a lot of days to come, and there we sign lot of legal things, and they also take money from people as in bribe. So I personally believe that in government sector there is more corruption than private sector. I'm not denying that in public sector there is no corruption. Both sector have a corruption, but more corruption in government sector.
I agree with you, but corruption is corruption. Somewhere it is more, somewhere it is less. It doesn't mean that privatization occur. Also, you say that in private sector there is less corruption. I think my friend, her name is Kavita Bhati, and she came in my institute. She done a SOP course. So he gave interview at Accenture, and I think she will she was cleared, she was cracked that interview, and also she get offer letter. But the in which institute she study, so there was sir, I don't know exactly her name. So I think that sir is directly belong to that company, because they send employees to that company, and on in return of that they will give money. So I think corruption is also there, also in private
Yeah,
sector.
I said these things कि both sector have a corruption, but I'm saying in government sector there is a more corruption rather than in private sector.
In government, see, in government sector, na, every aspect, you say, even employees, even big officials, everyone is corrupted. Each and every single person is corrupted. But if you say in private sector, no employee is corrupted, because if they work, they will get their salary. But in public sector, if they will not work, then also they will get salary. If they show laziness, then also they will get salary. So
May I know in which year I am?
which is corrupted? Okay, but
What is the date of today?
It is 24,
Year?
2022.
Most of the companies.
25.
Okay.
Year is 2022. I think most of the companies switch to private.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the role of privatization, so that like our economy, our GDP increase, if there like a point percent of increase, like or corruption decrease, because we are living 22, and I think many companies private like Air India, Bharat Petroleum, HP, Railways, Bijli Board, and many more I don't remember. But okay, tell me then why privatization occur, and is there any increase or decrease in our economy, GDP?
Okay.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
On Wednesday, PM Modi addressed this thing in a speech that we are going towards privatization. Even he is supporting privatization. He said we have no business to do business. He says we don't want to do business. We don't want to be a businessman. We want to uplift our society. And he says for betterment of society, for betterment of people, it's important to do privatization. Do you know? I have even a financial report. I will tell you. Like from 2017 to 2018, I
What
have a
is the
report.
source of your report?
It's Google, you can check. I can mail you. Do you want?
No.
Okay. So BSNL Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited,
I will
7,993 crore.
definitely raise this BSNL. Okay, continue.
Yeah, BSNL. Then Air India 5,338 crore loss. Air India is owned by
May I know why
now it's
BSNL?
owned by
May I
Tata.
know why BSNL is lost? May I know why BSNL?
Because of
lost?
inefficiency in government companies. Government.
Like 2019 government
No,
said
no, no.
this.
May complete this report to him. Then MTNL 2,973 crore. Hindustan Photo Films Manufacturing Company Limited 2,917. There is a huge list. It's around 61 public sector undertakings, and it cost around 31,261 crore loss. So what would you say?
But BSNL made profit in 2006, 8,940 crore.
It's a
But
old
now
data.
it is-
It's a old data. You can see
No.
it's on a top.
No, I agree with you, but a company would definitely make profit, and I think telecom communication industry is the like very profitable industry for the government to make profit. But that BSNL company 2001 it made 747 crore rupees, and in 2006 it made 8,940 crore rupees. But in 2014 it is loss of that company is 8,243 crore. May I know why this is?
I'll tell you reason. This is because private undertakings don't do upgradation, unlike private sector. They
So you
go
are
on
wrong.
their own
You are wrong.
technology, their own all old things.
Dayarang Maran, who is brother of Sun, earlier you remember, a broadcast TV channel, Sun company, Sun Direct. Have you remember?
I don't know.
Like Airtel's Dish TV, the Sun company, Sun Direct company. So that company belongs to that brother of Dayanand Maran, who is in 2005 is like he was the minister of BSNL, MTNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, and MTNL is Mahanagar Sanchar Nigam Limited. So it is said that by CBI report, Dayanand Maran started influencing government officials to provide illegal favor
to his brother from Sun Network. And do you know first time BSNL lost 1500 crore because I think 51 lakh calls were fake between BSNL and Sun Direct. So, but BSNL made profit. He directly helped to the indirectly, and you may say that by giving bribe, unofficially he helped his brother. So I think this is the fault of government. This is the fault of that person. It doesn't affect BSNL. That why privatization is solution? Okay, I agree with you. BSNL is in loss. May I know Bharat Petroleum, Indian Oil is the any country oil corporation is the largest company to make profit or to collect revenue. Then why Modi ji or not Modi ji? Why government sell this company?
Because it is because they sell this company because they know that private people will know better to how to run business and they can earn more profits. Even though I know Bharat Petroleum is earning good profits, but then also they want development, so they want urgent money. Our country is a developing country. We have a lot of population. We need development. That's why they are working like this.
Okay, in 2000.
Are you agree with government if petrol prices switch to 200 rupees? You will not support government.
It will
Then
not.
I think
You
your
said
statement is wrong.
No, you said even in the starting that it will create monopoly. Okay, you know metro.
Yes.
And you know railway.
Also, metro is not
difference.
middle class people didn't suffer in metro because it cost of is expensive for middle class families.
It's not expensive. Every job person, every single person nowadays.
A person who earns
goes
10,000
through
rupees, how can he suffer in metro? How can he travel in metro?
Wait. I interrupt you.
Like
I'm going to interrupt you because you know that for Raja Nahar Singh to Nehru Place, you only have to spend 40 rupees. If you want to go there, you only have to spend 40 rupees to one side and return in the 40 rupees. If you go by the auto, you will spend more than that metro. 100. So there is no any.
Even you can say like I have a clear example like Japan.
Radhika, what is your expense for daily college? 100 rupees.
And if
No,
if I
no,
go,
it is, if I talk about metro, it is 80 rupees. One side 40 and return back.
40, 80. But I think she left metro on, I think, Lajpat Nagar.
Vinova metro station.
Vinova metro station. If a person who really job in which is really close to metro, so he or she will definitely give 100. Okay, we set 100 minimum of 100 rupees. So in 100 to 30, it is 3,000 rupees. But a person who earn 12,000, okay, fix 15,000 rupees. But 3,000 is huge amount, and also he or she have to take lunch.
Sorry for interrupt you. This is a discount if you travel in the early in the morning. You have a discount by the metro.
okay, I am going to in local trains I'm going to talk about the local train and metro, because if you travel by the local train there is a lot of rush. A lot of people
With the
hot by the
capacity of 18 per coach, 400 people go in that coach. This is how Indian Railways works.
So this is the fault of government. That doesn't mean
privatization is better than government.
That doesn't mean that government is metro, government
You are
private
saying
metro.
yourself that government sector is not good. That's why we are saying privatization is good.
No, you switching that point. Like I am
Even
saying
government also believe that private sector works better than government sector, because in 2019 government said that they will spend 50,000 crore rupees on railways line. So only only 5% private sector work in a railway. So but they give that management, working area, operation, all these departments to the private sector, because they work in better way and they will finish their work on time. So even government also believe that.
Even we have LIC is also giving their shares to private.
Earlier it was in government, then it will be a private sector, then after that government also take it in government favor, then after that they also matlab ki they after that they all after that insurance company also get private.
When okay, I'll agree. I didn't, although I didn't agree with you at all. But nowadays, Bharat Petroleum and Indian Oil is some share is like on private company. So before the privatization, petrol price is like 70 to 74, but now it is 96, and after 2 months ago it switched to 106 rupees. So are you agree that privatization is good? Because like
It's not fault of private players, it's fault of government, because government taxes are increasing and prices are increasing from, like crude oil price is increasing, that's why it's increasing.
crude oil price is,
you know,
I checked today, crude oil price is 30 rupees, VAT is
See,
26.25
see.
and central tax is 26.25, but still the cost is 75 rupees. Okay, I agree. I didn't agree with you, but
See,
also
see,
I give you
you
chance.
are
I think
saying-
you may right. Okay, you may right. I'll tell you. Like in Corona pandemic 2021, top richest companies who make a huge amount of profit is TCS with 404 billion, Indian Oil Corporation with 2,900, the 297 billion, and at the fifth place Bharat Petrol 226 billion. But I think everyone knows that petrol and diesel price and 2021 is really like at its peaks. So you don't you think so that this is the reason why these company earning profit? Okay, let's forget this thing. Came to Adani Group. You remember, according to Forbes richest person report 2021, Gautam Adani, like his wealth increased with the 500% revenue assumed that in 2021, which is more than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. So although Adani is second richest person, but what I meant to say that like their wealth increase at 500% rate, which like they defeat Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. So don't you think so? They take advantage of privatization.
No, they are not taking. See, you are trying to say that they will create monopoly and they will earn huge profits.
That is my
See,
point.
see,
Monopoly is the
I'm
most
going- just
important
listen to me.
disadvantage
Listen to
of
me. Now it's
privatization.
matter. Now it's matter. Listen to me. Okay. So you are saying that they will earn huge profit. You are saying that private companies are profit centric. Okay, they are profit centric. But how can we control them? It doesn't mean that by saying privatization, it doesn't mean that all the shares of the company will be given to government. Okay. If there is 51% share given to private sector, as per the all the procedures, and 49% is in government sector, then government can regulate them. Government can give them order. They can fix a bar that
Okay.
you can't increase.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, I'm not complete.
In laws, government
complete.
fixes.
Let me complete. Okay. Like in Japan, I have said you, they have divided their railway sector
Six parts.
in 6 parts. Okay.
Okay.
So what they have done is that they have placed a bar that you can't increase the price above this. So what's the issue in privatization?
So you can also take an example of US where all schools are private. Don't you say anything about it?
Okay. Yes. In India, government
No,
has a.
I'm asking of US. You tell me.
Okay, there is a.
No, she also reminding me she can
No, but she's answering another topic, and you raised the topic of abroad. So I want to ask you.
Anyone can answer you.
Sorry.
We are in same
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
na? So anyone can answer you.
Okay. Anyone answer about US privatization? Schools
Okay.
privatization. Correct.
Okay. In UK there is like they allow that all the railway sector
I'm
in a.
talking about schools.
Oh,
US
yes,
schools.
So I know that about that fact
That's
that
why
they
I
have
switched
the
to you,
field.
because
Like there is
she-
a.
You tell me.
Okay, so you are saying that in US, due to privatization, see, in every economy there are faults also and there are correct things also. We have to take correct things, okay?
You are in favor of privatization,
No,
so please
yeah, no,
tell me
I-
the advantage of privatization.
Okay.
Why are you मेरी बात में क्यों बात बना रहे हो?
Yeah, no, you are stick to the topic like schools, okay? So I will say like I have already like I have said the topic of Japan, like Japan is privatized. Like this, UK is also privatized. UK have also
UK
privatized,
have-
but their formula failed. Why their formula is failed? I will
Because
tell
they
you why
have no.
Okay.
because they have give the partnership like the maintenance of tracks to another company.
Another
The coaches
Operation and
like three
platform
company. They have
management.
decided in three company and then disputes occurs. So it's their fault. They don't know how to handle all this.
They don't know how to manage.
Even PM Modi said, now what can we say about that?
In Delhi now, electricity
Top,
department.
top economists are saying that this is the correct way we can develop like this.
No.
So how can you cross it?
In Delhi, electricity department came to Reliance, came under Reliance Industries. But now, with the help of government, central government, Arvind Kejriwal, they simply said that you didn't raise prices, you didn't inflation in prices of like Delhi peoples because it is private and hold of government is no longer more. So I think this is the one example that privatization is good in our India. But Air India, okay, let's forget Air India. What about LPG, CNG, and petrol prices? Okay, let's forget this thing. Food oil. Earlier I buy food oil of 190 rupees per liter, but now it is 140 rupees liter. Sir, I am hungry. Cure of hunger is food, and food is very expensive. The privatization is good for our economy, but I am hungry. If I didn't eat anything, I will die.
There is no
Government
monopoly.
is providing the ration
So there is no monopoly. There is lot of oil factory. They provide you different kind of factory in market. So you if you don't have that much money, then you will buy a less amount of money oil. Like there is no monopoly. We have the problem of the only a monopoly, and so that is a problem.
Everything under the government, everything came like government have command each and every company in our India, because the Indian government is so powerful, because it is Indian government. But why petrol price, diesel price, CNG, LPG? Okay, let's forget this thing. Came to CNG. Last year we buy 2 trucks of CNG. At that time CNG price is 44, but now it crossed to 68 rupees. May I know what is the reason? But I let you know that CNG belongs to Adani, and I already discussed you that Adani make wealth with 500% increase in 2021 pandemic year. So okay, tell me what is the reason of increase in CNG?
See, there is no monopoly like you are saying. I have already discussed about this petroleum sector. You may shift to another sector. Okay.
This is a part of petroleum sector.
Yeah, but I'm giving you clarification. But
Do you know government how government?
No, I don't want clarification. You want this?
Okay, tell me.
I have already told you that government can give government can regulate in this industries like 51%. Like it doesn't mean like privatization mean 100% is in.
You say that
private
50% command is in a private company, government company.
What?
50% command.
51% of if
51, 49
is a
percent.
private company.
51 belongs to private company.
Yeah.
49. 49 then
49% to government company.
as I discussed earlier, like Delhi electricity is also private.
Yeah, so
private,
it is
private,
but still they get less bills. But if like
So it's a
privatization may be
it's a
good,
clear
privatization may be good only when they didn't make any monopoly. And I let you clear that Indian oil corporation is very vast and very huge company, so there is no competition. You know, private. I think I let you know. Please let me complete. Privatization is good when they want to they want to modify their economy, or they want to give facility to the public people. But privatization is good when in competition they didn't make any monopoly. For example, Pepsi and Coca-Cola. Pepsi price always become less because it is very huge competition in India. You already know that Pepsi always we can bought 1 liter bottle in 50 rupees. I don't know if I am right or not, but it is amount of Pepsi is less. Although in Indian Oil, there is no, because two companies belong to oil companies like Adani and Ambani or Tata. Only 3 have refineries. Okay, I let you clear. We give every day 18,000 or 1800 tankers go in Nepal and Bhutan just to give them petrol, because they don't have refineries. We have refineries. But still they selling petrol on less price, and we purchase we buy petrol on high price. So don't you think that it is monopoly of them, because no one enter in their company, because for competition you have money, because to enter in oil market, you want lot of money, but people don't have this such amount of money, so there is no competition. That's why they make monopoly. And petrol, diesel, food oil, and there are also many things, LPG, CNG, these gas parts, gas or petrol, like fuel parts, are daily basic needs of Indian people. Why always these price increase in our India? Why not another things? Because they belong to private company. That's why. But you think the privatization is good in our India?
No,
Then why?
yeah, I'll explain.
Okay.
You are saying that due to privatization, due to monopoly, our prices are increasing, and according to you, 100 rupees is an increased price. But I let you know, if there would be no such regulation by government to control the price, then it will go to 2,000, 5,000 rupees later.
Yeah.
You can't even think
They
this.
fix their price. Like in laws,
The
they have
cooking
the
oil
upper
was saying
limits.
180 rupees liter, that will go to 5,000. Even it can go to 5.
But what is the reason behind it?
Yeah.
Government
The
has
government
a
is
law.
regulating everything.
Yeah, government
Government
has a
know
law.
how to
They
control.
set their upper limit, and they will not going to they will not going to cross that limit. They only fix their price under that limits.
You know, there are some industries of national importance like explosives, defense industries, and like nuclear weapons. All these industries, in these industries, government don't allow anyone to come. Like in liquor industry, cigarette, these types of harmful things. But in other industries,
Because they
privatization is absolutely
They make in
okay.
India.
Because yeah, they are all these companies are also working in favor of the economic growth. Because of that, our economic are growing. And because of public sector, they only work on their welfare of peoples. They are not working in the favor of economic growth.
Okay. Public sector, private sector. When public sector earn profit, that profit spent for the betterment of peoples of that area or of that country. But when private sector earn profit, that profit goes to the shareholders, or we can say that in simple language, their owners. But government have only tax of that company. So how can you say that privatization is good? For a country, I think 5 or 6 things are most important through which they are revenue. I think railways, petrol and petrol, railways, gases and electricity are already already private, and no, if didn't they private in future, they definitely private. So I don't think so that this is the good for
We
Indian
can't
people.
say that ki they are also working in their, they are also earning profit, because if they are working, they have a huge industry, they're earning lot of money, they are also working in the favor of country. They build effective infrastructure. They're providing lot of jobs for people.
But
And
jobs are also available in public sector.
no,
In public sector, you need a lot of strict requirements, and there are
if you will clear that exam, then you will get it.
But when private sector provide jobs, or then they are not secure with job. But in public sector, jobs are secure.
So that's why they are not working at.
so rigorous.
I know
Okay,
that,
because
but
of that, because of that, they know that.
In a recent report, Ambani going to buy 1 billion, a robot of 1 billion for their Jamnagar refinery. So don't you think that that refinery really really unemployed some people? And in a report, I have seen that on 2015, 80% people unemployed in our country because of that artificial intelligence or robot. I'm not clear in India or world, but this figure is really correct. In 2050, many people are unemployed, and unemployment crisis really affect our economy.
See,
Because of privatization.
Okay, so we want development, okay? You want development, this is our India's developing country, okay? So if you want development, then we want robots, okay? And you are saying this will create unemployment. How it will create unemployment? The new jobs opportunities will come in AI sector.
Some robot can do their work when 10% do a work, or one robot do a work, they work is same. Also due to robot, their time, their money, their expenses also decrease with the help of robot. But 10 people are unemployed. Where they go?
They are getting job in like AI section, artificial intelligence. They will do.
Some they are illiterate, they are unemployed, they never go to school.
So same with
So they
applying
can
the
have
government
India,
education,
they
how
can-
they
they
job.
Sir, in our India, every year 50 lakh engineers pass, but only I think 30 to 15% engineer get a job. But you are saying that a worker really get a job in artificial
Okay,
intelligence.
so you are-
I think it is required for 40 to 50 years to India to get I think 80 to 90% or 100% educated or literate.
So you are having an issue with employment, okay? if you are talking about employment, then government sector is providing the least job opportunities in government sector. And if you go in private sector, you can have a job now. I can give you a job now even in private sector. But in government sector, you can't get a job.
You are talking about the last corner and because
You have
You
to
have to
give
wait for
bribes.
5 years for UPSC. You have to wait
Yeah,
for 5
and
years.
you
then
you
also
have
no
to
job
give bribes.
security.
If you
After that, you
will
will
get
go in.
the bribes are also run in a corporate world.
No,
also
no,
private
no,
sector.
there is no bribes.
Intensity is very less.
That
You see the intensity of
Intensity is very less. Okay, I agree with you. But a person who is sitting on the top, they say, okay, party always require fund. You agree with me? Party always required money. Where did they get money? They get money from private companies. They give them a large amount of money. Even they didn't imagine. But their condition is they want in return back their rules, their terms and policies. Government simply agree with you. And every 5 years, government change. I tell you, in 2019 budget, government announced that they will invest. They will invest. Up to 2030, government will invest I think 50 lakh crore in railway department just to improve them, or you can say development, but they don't have fund. That's why they give 5 and also just like population is increasing day by day, we have 30,000 trains, but government requires 20,000 trains. That's why they give their share to private company. But nowadays some people, I think most of the people suffer in travel in railways. But when it come to like for privatization, I agree that corruption is decreased. People came in that train will buy a ticket. But railways or private company who purchase railways, they make profit. They didn't give government. They give just revenue, that just tax. But government didn't want that tax. Government want the employment. They want money, but they make their monopoly.
So this is why government is transferring they have planned to transfer their many of undertakings to private sector. They want money so that they can develop infrastructure. You know, if our railways will be privatized, then there will be no monopoly, because government will regulate at some extent to that. Like I have already talked to you about Japan. So what will happen in railways? Railways will completely transform like metro. There will be proper hygiene. There will be proper people will it will carry proper people. There will be no overloading of people like you see in Mumbai and in local trains. People used to travel on the roof of trains. This is how our country is going. And private sector will make everything clear.
No.
And if they will sell that railways to government, then government will to private sector. Then government will also get money, a huge amount of money.
Government only take like tax, none other than tax. And railways company, like I already said you that like oil corporation made huge amount of money
See, you are
in
saying
2021.
you are
But
saying
still our government like